We need to keep this in mind, that yes, they want to slaughter all the Jews. They want to slaughter all the Christians. It's a throwback to the 7th century. That's what it is. They're indoctrinated to believe this. It's part of a fundamentalist Islamic indoctrination when they're babies. This goes on in Gaza. It goes on in Palestinian territories. It goes on in Europe because they've had open borders. And so basically, you've had a crusade. And I say this openly because I believe it and because the terrorists would agree with me. Of course, they'd slit my throat, but they agree with me. That is a Muslim crusade. They're using immigration as a tool of war. I read somewhere that in Columbia University, an overwhelming majority of the students support Hamas. Did you see that, Mr. Producer? Mm-hmm. An overwhelming majority support Hamas. Hamas wants to eradicate the Jews. Hamas wants to eradicate Christians. Hamas wants to eradicate Muslims who don't agree with Hamas. Hamas wants to eradicate the United States and the entire Western world, the post-Enlightenment world. And a significant majority of the students attending Columbia University, by the way, a majority of whom are foreign students, how the hell did they get in here? Agree with Hamas. Now you see, colleges and universities used to be the breeding ground of knowledge, of academic freedom, of free speech. The point was to use the principles created by our Constitution, more broadly in the West by the Enlightenment and Reformation, you know, stuff like that, to bring people together, to think smart things, to talk about smart things, to develop new ideas, new technologies, new systems, to improve society, to reform society, not to destroy it. Not to destroy it. So I would argue to you right now that especially when it comes to the Ivy League colleges, but they're not alone, the higher educational system has failed us. It's a disaster. That's not to say there aren't exceptions to the rule, but the rule shows it's a disaster. And we're pouring hundreds of billions of dollars every year into it. And what are we getting for it? The cops are having to deal with it. We have to deal with it. People who pay tuition have to deal with it. And our country's threatened as a result of it. These colleges, you know, Columbia University was the home to some of the Marxists who fled Europe during the Third Reich. And it became known as a haven for Marxism. Herbert Marcuse, who I wrote about in American Marxism. That's where he first went, Columbia University. But of course, he was welcome in almost every university. But this Frankfurt School had a place at Columbia University. So Marxism lays the foundation for the Islamists, not Muslims, for the Islamists, the terrorists. And so you have a fusion there in Columbia University that I keep talking about, the fusion of the Marxists and the Islamists. And so a majority of them, a significant majority of them, support Hamas. Now they're not alone. Here we have a video on X of some schmuck standing in the street. And I want you to hear what he says because more and more it represents the views of people in this country, many of whom have come here through immigration, illegally and legally, student visas and other types of visas, and many of whom are homegrown. Go.
Omar, are you going to go kill Jews?
We're not going to kill Zionists.
You're going to kill Zionists?
Zionists.
How many Zionists do you want to kill?
As many as I can.
You want to kill as many Zionists as you can?
Yeah, Zionists. I'm a Zionist.
That's interesting. How old are you that you want to kill Zionists?
Huh?
So you want to kill me?
You're a Zionist?
I'm a Zionist. So you want to kill me?
Let's go to Palestine and we'll celebrate.
You want to kill me right here?
Left to Palestine.
So you want to kill me because I'm a Zionist? Do you want to? What is a Zionist?
You're literally the
definition. Give me the definition of a Zionist.
You're the definition. Well, you're the definition of Zionism.
So what's the definition of Zionism? You want to kill us? Just tell me what's the definition. Why do you want to kill
Zionists? Because all they care about is killing all the Arabs. All the Arabs.
Arabs?
Yeah.
I'm Arab. I'm from Yemen and Egyptian. How they want to kill all the Arabs?
Yemeni and Egyptian?
Yes, I'm Yemeni and Egyptian. Habibi. Most of the Jews, most of the Israelis are Middle Eastern. You know that, right?
And you're Jewish?
Yes, I'm Jewish.
So stop. You know why this particular Arab is stunned? Because they've tried to remove, exterminate, eliminate all the Christians and Jews in these countries. That's why you go, wait a minute, you're Jewish? And you're Yemeni and Egyptian? And he's stunned. Like, I thought we got rid of you guys. Go ahead.
You know, that's a hard,
He was living in Egypt.
But you, Habibi, want to kill.
I know that Jews live in Yemen.
You want to kill Jews. You want to kill Jews.
No, I want to kill Zionists, bro.
You want to kill Zionists.
When all the Zionists are gone, then who's next?
No one.
No one's
That's
next.
how you're going to do it. What's the plan?
So,
Who's going to do it?
Omar. We know your name is Omar. So you can take your thing off if you want.
You don't know what my face looks like, so...
We know what your face looks like. I told you. I told you. We just need your eyes, and we get your thing. What you just did now on video was one of the dumbest things you ever did, because I'm gonna post it. It's gonna go viral. You're gonna get ID'd, and then you're gonna get arrested for what you just did, because that's an act of terrorism. What you just said, that you want to go kill all the senators.
You know what active terrorism is?
Yes.
You know what active terrorism is? What Israel's doing? Bombing, killing everybody.
Everybody.
Yes, in Palestine.
Everybody in Palestine is getting killed by Israel.
Yes.
Not the Hamas.
Yes.
Not the people with your bandana. No. But you're going to kill all us. Very good.
Unbelievable. And let me tell you, he sounds like he was born in America. I'm just being honest. When people say two-state solution, he's in America. He says, I want to kill all the Zionists. I want to kill all the Jews. That's why this whole thing about geography, two states, it's irrelevant. It means nothing. Absolutely nothing. And they do want to kill the Jews first and foremost, but Jews aren't the only people they want to kill. Remember 9/11? That wasn't aimed at Jews. It's aimed at Americans. And all the terrorist acts that were committed against us in New York and elsewhere prior to 9/11, that wasn't aimed at the Jews, it was aimed at Americans. We need to keep this in mind, that yes, they want to slaughter all the Jews, they want to slaughter all the Christians. It's a throwback to the 7th century, that's what it is. So even people living among us in what is arguably the freest country on the face of the earth, even those who attend universities and colleges, really that are supposed to be the freest places on the freest country on the face of the earth, this is what they're taught, this is what they think. They're indoctrinated to believe this. It's part of a fundamentalist Islamic indoctrination when they're babies. This goes on in Gaza, it goes on in Palestinian territories beyond Gaza, it goes on in Yemen, in virtually every Arab country, and in our own neighborhoods now. It goes on in Europe, because they've had open borders. And so basically you've had a crusade, and I say this openly because I believe it, and because the terrorists would agree with me. Of course, they'd slit my throat, but they agree with me. That is a Muslim crusade. They're using immigration as a tool of war. That's why the head rabbi in France, where they have a head rabbi, said in 10 years there'll be no Jews left in France. They have to escape France to save themselves. That's why London today is not what London was 10 years ago, 20 years ago. It's quite different. And they talk about these rape gangs and all the rest of it that take place. I mean, as I recall London in Europe 25, 30 years ago, you would walk down the street at 3 in the morning, you didn't have a problem. Not anymore. Amsterdam. There's Germany again. Ireland. Switzerland. Sweden. All these countries are being conquered with people like that.
For all this and much more, sign up for Levin TV.